now we go to that big defeat for President Obama in his bid to keep America open to Syrian refugees. Democrats joined Republicans to pass a bill that would suspend the Syrian refugee program until a much tougher screening process is put in place, and there were enough votes in the House to override the president's promised veto. ABC's John Carl has all the latest from the White House. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. This was a major rebuke for the president after days of making the case for his plan to bring in more Syrian refugees. Democrats and Republicans in the House voted to put the program on hold.
In the end, it wasn't even close.
The yeas are 289 and the nays are 137. The bill is passed.
The bill says no Syrian or Iraqi refugee can come into the United States until high-level U.S. officials certify that he or she is not a threat. 47 Democrats joined Republicans in voting yes, more than enough to override a presidential veto.
And this is urgent. We cannot and should not wait to act, not when our national security is at stake.
Secretary of State John Kerry said there is no reason to fear Syrian refugees.
It's inappropriate for America, of all countries in the world, to panic and to somehow turn our backs on our fundamental values.
But take a look at what voters say is their top issue for the 2016 campaign. More name ISIS than any other issue by far, and terrorism is tied for second. Stoking more fears, news that 2 Syrian families, including 4 young children, showed up at a U.S. border crossing in Texas seeking asylum. That prompted this from Donald Trump via Instagram.
They're going to be pouring in. We don't know who they are. Could be ISIS.
Fellow Republican frontrunner Ben Carson compared screening refugees to protecting children from rabid dogs.
If there's a rabid dog running around in your neighborhood, you're probably not going to assume something good about that dog, and you're probably going to put your children out of the way. Doesn't mean that you hate all dogs by any stretch of the imagination.
Hillary Clinton accused Republicans of violating fundamental American values.
Discriminating against Muslims, slamming the door on every Syrian refugee, that is just not who we are.
Donald Trump has gone so far as to propose creating a national database of Muslims in the United States. But George and Robin, the president has a lot of work here to convince the American people. In a recent poll, only 28% favored going forward with the refugee program as he has outlined it.
And you've got 31 states now saying they're not going to welcome the refugees. So this is going to be a tough fight.
All right, John, thank you very much. It's going to remain a hot debate, George.